Welcome everyone to another episode of Unscripted Coding. As you can see, we're going to talk about an extension for VS Code that I came across recently. I've been meaning to try it out in creating a project, and so today I'm actually going to do that. The extension is called Claude Dev, and I saw it mentioned on Reddit and my Discord channels quite a bit. This is not an official extension from Anthropic. However, it does leverage Claude to help you code pretty quickly. So, you can see you download it right within VS Code. We got a little icon here to use it, but just to run through a few of the things it can do, it is more or less a chatbot on the side. And since I use Claude 3.5 a lot recently, it's been really good at coding, way better than chatgpt, which I was already quite fond of. It makes sense for me to use it right in the screen rather than hopping between my web browser and this app. So first and foremost, you can have a chatbot right here. But what is interesting is that you can do a variety of other things. In this case, you can paste images, inspect diffs. So when Claude suggests something, you can see what changes it's made, run CLI commands. It does have some buttons. So for example, over here, you'll see that you can approve and reject certain changes or actions that Claude wishes to do. And of course, it has a bunch of other things to make it so that you can see and track how much you're spending. It does have the ability to look at your file structure to send all of your files. Needless to say, you are going to rack up your token count quite a bit more than if you were just chatting with a bot, because it's sending all of your files into the chat and to recursively go through all your files so that Claude can understand and build upon it. I think that's about it. We're gonna start right here. And I am just going to go with HTML because that is what Claude has been doing very well. Over here, we can just get this project started. I would like you to start a project which is a complex set of calculations in which the user can view a table, edit the numbers within the table, and to do the calculations automatically. It is almost like Excel on a web page. Please stick to a single page application. And you will see that there is a certain amount of tokens and costs associated with it. It is taking a second here. Just gonna expand and see. This is what is being sent. And Claude wants to create a new file. So it's already created a HTML file for us. Web spreadsheet as a table. Oh, it's created script as well, or rather it plans to. So let's approve this as a style file. That makes perfect sense, and a script. Approve. Okay, so I'm gonna copy the path. And just bear with me for a moment here while I open a new browser. And over here, you can see that we have a good idea of what I wanted originally. Next, oh, I will allow it to execute then. So it did open a browser. Okay, so the task is completed. It costed us 5, almost 6 cents. So it's not cheap by any means, but it seems all right here. So I'm going to reject. Oh. Not too fond of this. I am going to ask it. Now, I want you to make the fields all numbers only within the decimals. Please sum up each column and each row. Those sums should not be editable. Actually, let's make this interesting. If the sum is edited, please allocate the difference evenly across the entire row or column. So, the idea here is I'm hoping that there is just a number here, and that will just tally up the numbers across and downwards. But what I'm asking it to do that's a bit special is if I edit this number, so for example, if I had 1, 1, 1, 2 to total 5 here, if I switch it to 6, I want the difference of 1 to be allocated evenly across here. So this should be 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, and 2.25. And so I'm going to prove over here, prove, and see where we go. We're at 10, 11 cents now. Oh, I find it interesting that it chose my desktop to put this file. Okay, so let's refresh and see where we go. 1, 2, 3, and you can see the sums are correct. And now I want to make it so that's 9. It is not changing. This is not working. The sum totals are correct, but when I edited the sum, the difference is not being reallocated to each of the squares in the column. If I tally 1 plus 2 plus 3 to 6, I want it so that if I change the sum to 9, the fields will now display 2, 3, 4. All right. And this does seem to take a little bit of time to run each time. But I can imagine if we start building something quite substantial, that this would be absolutely worth it. Especially as AI gets better, this already feels like a really good implementation here, since it's changing the files as we go. Alright, let's refresh and go with our test again. 2 and 3. And then if I wanted to change this to 9, not working. Alright, the difference 3 each cell. if you edit a sum, okay, so it's understanding what I'm saying, but it isn't working. But I'm going to skip this because I think this is a minor problem. AI isn't perfect. I think it was saying it'll solve like 60% ish of programming challenges. I'm going to ignore this for now and start the next set of ideas here. Can you change this single page web application to a progressive web app so it can be installed on an Android tablet? So let me go back to my train of thought here. I'm really, really liking how this interface is working. For one, I'm seeing the code side by side. I'm seeing exactly how much it's costing me as I go. So 21 cents. I know that's costing me money. What's nice is that it's asking me to approve each time and it's creating new files. I can theoretically change things as I go. And it's doing these steps along the way. So this is a very different experience from having Claude just running on the side and asking questions. It is trying to solve it and trying to interact with your code along the way. So this feels more like, when I think back to Project IDX from Google, feels a lot more like that. It's not just brainstorming or a person I ask questions for. I'm just telling it to do things now. So originally I thought I might have this just run on the side instead of Claude, but I feel like as I'm doing this, I might still have Claude on the side to ask those dumb questions where I am just asking what is the equivalent to print in C++. I just don't remember. That is not a place you want to work here because the cost, I mean, again, I feel like it's reasonable, but it is racking up pretty quickly, and I wouldn't want to just keep sending my code base over and over and over to ask dumb questions. So it might be a split of the two. It's ready again, so I'm going to refresh, and we're probably not seeing anything. So I don't normally think we see it anyways. If we pretend we're on a phone, don't think it seems to be the case that there's a pop-up. That said, it did do everything I expected it to do, which is create a manifest, create this JavaScript file. It's adding all these pieces. We are missing two icons. That could be an issue, and it does call it out for us to do these two steps. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase this because it is quite surprising to me that we're able to do this now. We can definitely throw harder challenges. It's not like this one went particularly well because we still have the issue of not tallying the numbers correctly. But nonetheless, I really like the interface. I like that it's built right into my VS Code. I don't have to do, Project IDX or download a new IDE. It's just another extension for me. So really, really excited to keep playing around with this. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. So if I go back here, there we go. We have a history. I could close it, start a new task so that it works on a different part. I will just stop here, but I feel like this deserves a follow-up in which we need a better thought-out project for it to try and build. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned next week when we do another video. Bye.